My name is J.J. Robertson, and today we're going to show you how to make a decent enough creme brulee. Yeah. What's important to remember before you prepare any kind of food is to wash your gosh dang hands. Wash your hands. You don't want dirty hands. We're gonna start by taking our 5 eggs and cracking them, of course. You only want the egg yolks. Throw them all in a big mixing bowl. Ignore those smelly egg whites. I know it's gross that it's on my hands. Once your egg yolks are in a bowl, add a half cup of sugar and then mix. Don't be shy. I was shy. I started mixing slowly. Just mix them fast, and it will start to lighten the color. Like it'll turn into a nice like cream white color, and that's what you want. That's good, baby. You mix in the half cup of sugar. That's a half cup of sugar. I don't know if I forgot to say that. It was a half cup of sugar, which is what you want to mix with the five egg yolks. Thank you. Next, you're gonna pour in 3 cups of heavy whipping cream into a pot, and you're gonna just let that sit at a low-medium heat, leaning low. Keep it somewhat low. Take your expensive vanilla bean, split it down the middle. Don't cut it all the way through, just split it down the middle, so that you can get, the delicious actual vanilla beans inside. And then spread it open with your pretty little fingies. I'm sorry for saying that sentence, it was horrible. Right, so next, take your knife or a spoon. You know what? I'm just thinking this in retrospect, a spoon might have actually been better. Anyways, take something and scrape out that beautiful spread bean. Take something, scrape out the actual beans. It's like a bean pod, like a case. You gotta take out the real beans, you gotta scrape them out. That's what you're seeing here. Step number this one is to take those beans that you just scraped out of the bean pod. I think that's what it's called. I didn't look it up. I've just been saying that. Take those beans, stick them in the heavy whipping cream that you had at the low heat. Stick them in there. Take a whisk. Stir it about lovingly, very lovingly. And then you can actually turn the heat up to almost kind of high, actually. Take it off the heat immediately if it starts boiling or frothing up, and then take out the bean casing from it. Take out the bean casing. Take it out. Get it out of there. I don't even know if I mentioned that you should put it in. You should do that. Definitely put it in. Alright, it might help now actually to wait a bit so that it cools down and isn't so hot when you take it off the stove. But I didn't do that, so what you're gonna do is, while stirring it again, make sure your stirrer, or like you have a whisk, make sure you're stirring while you do this. Slowly pour it into the mixture of eggs and sugar. Slowly, of course, because you really don't want it to cook the eggs. You really don't want that. Good boy, you did so good on that last one. Now pour in the vanilla extract. God, the way you poured that vanilla extract was so cute. Now do it again with that salt from earlier. Alright, now what I got was a little bit too bubbly. Yours might not be too bubbly. Mine was, so what I'm doing here is just pouring the mixture through a sifter to get rid of some of those bubbles if I can. And I did. I can tell you, I ate it. It was pretty good, and it wasn't too bubbly. Alright, guys, gals, and gamers. Now you're pouring it carefully into the ramekins. Make sure it's even, pretty even through every ramekin. You don't have to like measure it out specifically. I just did it by eye. That's what I would recommend. It takes less time, it's easier, and pretty much just as efficient. Just, try to make it even, sweeties and tweeties. Sorry, I couldn't think of something that rhymed. Alright, here's the part that makes my blood boil. Not actually, don't know why I said that. You're gonna pour water in. Up to about halfway on the ramekins. You want it to fill up about halfway so that it goes up half of the ramekin. And you're doing that so that it cooks evenly all throughout. Alright, you have all been doing such good jobs watching the video. I'm so proud of you. God, you're so cute today, by the way. Anyways, you're gonna want to stick that in the oven now. Careful, don't drop it, please. If you drop it, I'll cry. I swear to God, I'll cry. Right then, loves, you're gonna cook them for about 40 minutes and take them out when they're kind of jiggly, but also, like, retain their shape. They have to be kind of jiggly. We love jiggle. We love it. You did a great job taking those out of the oven if you're following along with this video, by the way. Anyways, sprinkle sugar over the top, try to get an even layer. That's about it here. After you've sprinkled all your sugars and such, you can stick it right back in the oven, but make sure that sucker is set to broil. We're doing this because I don't own a blowtorch. Also, put it on the top rack if you're doing it on broil. Alright, so what's important to note here, really important actually, is that while you have those on broil with the sugar on top, you're just waiting for the sugar to melt. Nothing else. You really don't have a set time for this, you just have to keep a really close eye on it. If it looks done, if one of them looks done before another, take that one out, that's what I'm doing here, and just do this till they're all done. Obviously, it's not going to look as pretty. I have less control over the consistency of how it looks because I don't have a blowtorch, but I assure you, it tastes great. Or mine did, at least. Yours might suck, but mine were good. Trust me.